Hello Lana, welcome to this presentation of Topic 1, Introduction to Principles of Macroeconomics. In this unit, we will explore how economies function at the national and global levels. This course introduces important economic concepts such as economic growth, inflation, unemployment, and government economic policies. Understanding macroeconomics will help us analyze how economic decisions affect businesses, individuals, and society as a whole. I hope we are going to enjoy the lesson. Let's look at the learning outcomes of this topic. By the end of this session, the learner should be able to 1. Explain the concept of macroeconomics and its importance in understanding how the overall economy works. 2 is identify and describe key macroeconomic indicators such as GDP, that is gross domestic product, inflation, unemployment, and national income. Number 3 is analyze the role of government in the economy through fiscal and monetary policies. Those are the learning outcomes that you are expected to know by the end of this topic. Learn. What is macroeconomics? Let's define it. Macroeconomics is the branch of economics that studies the economy as a whole rather than individual markets or businesses. Instead of focusing on individual consumers or firms, macroeconomics examines large-scale economic factors such as economic growth, inflation, and unemployment. Understanding macroeconomics will help us see how the economy operates at a national and international levels. As you can see, there is a circular flow of income in this PPT, and in the circular flow of income economy, we have 2-sector model and 4-sector model. But in our case, we are going to look at the 2-sector economy model. In the 2-sector economy model, we have households and farms. In 2-sector economy, we have households and farms. It works like this. Households provides factors of production, which is labor, land, capital, and entrepreneurship. And in return, the farms will pay wages, rent, interest, and profits to the households. And in farms, the farm produces goods and services, and the household spends money to buy them, and this is called consumption expenditure. That's all about the circular flow of income. Let's now look at the scope of macroeconomics. It focuses on large-scale economic variables such as national income, inflation, unemployment, and economic growth. This is the scope of macroeconomics. We will start by looking at national income. National income refers to the total value of goods and services produced in a country over a specific period of time. In other terms, national income is known as GDP. So from the diagram, you can see real GDP versus the time of years. In national income, we have a time in the economy where there is a recession, and when there is growth. We have also a time when there is boom, and we also have a time when there is a recession. A recession can come back. So national income focuses on GDP and productivity, and it also examines how income is generated, distributed, and measured. National income and output helps us answer if the economy is growing or shrinking. For instance, let's look at recession. Lana, what do you think is recession in an economy? So, recession is a period when a country's economic activity slows down. And in this time, the features that occur is there is a decrease in national income, which is GDP. At this time also, there is high unemployment. People lose jobs. at recession, and many people don't have jobs or they are not employed. We also have low production and sales. The production in the economy is low, and also the sales is low at this time of recession. Another feature is reduced consumer spending. The consumers at this time the consumer spending is reduced at this time because the economy is not doing so well. We also have at this time businesses may close or cut cost. The businesses during recession may lead to businesses closing because the economy is really not doing good, and also the cost, they can cut cost because the economy is not good at all. In simple terms, recession is a time when money is not circulating much in the economy and people and businesses are spending less. For example, if many companies reduce production and lay off workers, people earn less income, leading to even lower spending, and this creates a recession. While in boom, let's define what is boom first. Lana, what do you think boom is? Boom is a period of rapid economic growth and high economic activity. At this time, the features that happen is there is increase in national income, that is GDP. There is low unemployment. More jobs are available at this time. You see many people, you will find that they are employed because the economy is at boom, and it means that the economy is really doing well and the people will be employed. They love jobs, they love what they will, the income, source of income. So at this time also there is high production and demand. The companies are really producing well. There is high production, and also high demand. Because there is high production, the consumers will be demanding more, and also increase in consumer spending. You see, the people are employed at this time, so it means the consumers will be spending more. They will be spending more because they have money. That's it. In simple terms, it is a time when the economy is doing very well and money is flowing actively. That's why people are spending more, people are employed. So at this time the economy is really doing good. For example, when businesses grow, they will hire more workers and people will earn more income. They will spend more, and this will strengthen the economy further. Let's now look at unemployment. Inflation, Inflation is the general increase in prices of goods and services over time, which reduces purchasing power. We know that when companies increases their prices, or when the price of products increases, people will not be purchasing goods, which that is the meaning of reducing purchasing power. So, and we have the causes of inflation, which is demand pull inflation and cost push inflation. Inflation also affect the purchasing power and cost of living. When prices are so high, people the prices of goods are so high, so the cost of living will reduce because people will love to buy what to eat so much. So let's look at demand pull inflation. Clara, can you define what is demand pull inflation? Demand pull inflation occurs when aggregate demand for goods and services exceeds aggregate supply. This is a time when the demand of goods is high but the supply is low. At this time people are demanding more but the supply is low, and that is not good, which causes inflation. And inflation means there will be increase in prices of goods and services. We also have cost push inflation, meaning this is an economic phenomena where the general prices levels rise due to increased costs such as high wages, or raw materials. When raw materials are increased, the general prices of goods and services will increase. Also, when people receive high wages, there will be increase in prices of goods and services. That is the meaning of cost push inflation, and that is what is causing inflation. And so the government can come up with ways to reduce inflation by, that is, uses of monetary and fiscal policy. Let's now look at the other scope of economic, which is unemployment. Unemployment is the situation where people are willing and able to work but cannot find jobs. As you can see in the picture, these people are looking for jobs. They are really willing to work, but there are no jobs available at this time of the economy. So, and this is called unemployment. Many people are qualified to do jobs. They are applying. You can find even, and in this picture we have one post available, but all these people are applying for the same post. That is the meaning of unemployment. And we have some types of unemployment, which is frictional, structural, and cyclical. We'll find in the notes the meaning of this. We also have the effects. There are effects of unemployment, such as poverty. Unemployment will lead to poverty because people don't have the source of income. We have reduced output because the companies don't have many people to work, so it means the output will reduce. And the government come up with policies to reduce unemployment, such as job creation programs. They can also create internships for youths. That will reduce unemployment. And the last scope of macroeconomics is economic growth. What is the meaning of economic growth? Economic growth refers to an increase in the production of goods and services in an economy over time. When the economy is growing, it means that the production of goods and services has increased. As you can see in the picture, this is a factory producing, not processing, tea. That means the production is really high, and it means that it will help the country to grow. So the factors affecting growth is capital, labor, and technology. And you can know if your economy is not doing well by comparing between developed and developing countries. We have developed countries and developing countries, so you can compare where the country is. If it is developing, like Kenya is still developing, it is not a developed country. For example, Kenya's Vision 2030 focuses on long-term economic growth. That means it is still a developing country because we are not yet at 2030. Now let's look at importance of macroeconomics. Macroeconomics, one, it helps us understand how the economy functions. We now know how the inflation works, how unemployment works. So it helps us understand how the economy functions. It also assists governments in making economic policies, such as taxation and public spending, on how it impacts the economy. It also helps individuals and businesses understand how economic conditions affect employment, opportunities, income levels, and investment decisions. Macroeconomics also help in solving economic problems like inflation and unemployment. When we study macroeconomics, we will know if there is high unemployment rate in the country or if there is inflation, and it will help the authorities to solve the economic problems. It also guides decision making for businesses and individuals. That's self-explanatory. So let's look at the role of government in macroeconomics. The government uses macroeconomic policies such as fiscal policy and monetary policy. Fiscal policy is when the government taxation and government spending. The government used to tax people, that's the taxation, and spending, they spend on production of goods and services. So the meaning of fiscal policy is it involves government decision and taxation and spending. The government can increase spending or reduces tax so as to boost economic growth and reduce spending or increases taxes so in order to control inflation. That's the meaning of fiscal policy. And we come to monetary policy. It involves controlling the supply of money in the economy, and it is usually managed by the central bank, which the central bank adjusts the interest rates so as to control inflation and also to encourage or discourage borrowing by the government. The government also control inflation. The government takes measures to stabilize prices and prevent rapid increase in the cost of living. It's the government that usually control how the prices of goods and services are set in the economy. Government also play a role of reduction of unemployment. The government creates job opportunities through public projects such as now there is housing, the affordable housing program. The government has created jobs there for internship for youth. So it is the role of government to reduce unemployment. It also supports businesses to promote employment. We also have economic growth and development. The government invests in infrastructures such as roads, schools, and hospitals so as to promote long-term growth. And the other one is regulation and stability. The government role is to set rules and regulation to ensure fair business practice and to maintain economic stability. That's all about economics. So in conclusion, studying macroeconomics will help us understand economic trends and prepare us to make informed decisions that will contribute to the economic development of the country. That's all about topic 1. Let's meet in the next topic 2, that is national income. Thank you for the presentation.